Well, we were having our 9th annual college kickoff party here at my home, where we do fundraisers for the Desire Street Ministry and to the Cancer Research Center for the James for the Urban Meyer Fund. We do this every year. We have kid-friendly time from 3 to 8 at approximately 5:30. I was walking around. I started seeing a little bit of smoke. I thought maybe someone had a cigarette. I was walking around the bottom floor. Then I went up to the first level, walked around. I walked out on the front porch. Then I walked upstairs. I didn't see very much, so I decided to open up my upstairs attic. As soon as I opened up my attic, I walked upstairs. There was a lot of smoke. So I first ran downstairs. I was telling everybody, you have to vacate. We turned down the music. I walked down to the bottom floor, got everybody out of the house. People at first thought it was a joke, but I had to get all the people out. Then I walked upstairs, and there was a lady upstairs that was breastfeeding. So I had to run up the stairs and ask her to get out of the room. The smoke didn't even get in that room at the time, but when she walked out, it was covered in smoke. We got her out. I decided to go to the next room. I felt the door. It was very, very hot, so I knew not to open the door. So I started to vacate. Well, I started to vacate, and I grabbed some personal belongings of other people's, and I ran outside, and I started to see where the flames were coming. So I grabbed my fire extinguishers. I tried to put out the fire, and then I grabbed my garden hose. I turned it on, and I started spraying, and I just could not contain the fire.
Now, you said that local first responders got on scene super quickly. Can you talk a little bit about that?
The first responders, and that's one reason why I called the media, is to say how wonderful and supportive. For instance, the fire department. There was one gentleman that ended up getting a smoke inhalation and had to go to the hospital. One of the firemen during the fire asked me where some of my personal belongings were, and he went in the fire and got my personal items. He even looked at me and said, "Hey, I saw you had Falcons tickets. I'm going in there and get those for you." And he did. I had a guest that was staying here that had to fly. He walked to the second floor, and you have photos, and he got that man's suitcase that had his ID in it. He walked in and tried to get everything he could for me, and that man risked his life for me. Didn't know me, but risked his life for me. I had an officer here named Justin Young from the Brookhaven Police Department. He stayed around all the way until after they released it. He took off his uniform, he put it in his truck, and he said, "I'm going in there to help you." And he tried to help me get any personal items, any pictures that I could from the rubble. He stayed here, and I asked him, "You don't have to," but he stayed. I have some friends next door. They did everything they can. Today, they gave me their hose and said, "Here, take all the water that you want. I'm trying to clean up." Bill Morrison, behind me, offered anything he could. He offered me a home to stay in. Action-packed parties. Pam and David, they actually run my mechanical bulls and stuff. Their whole family came here that night and helped me. And then after that, he showed up the next day and started to work to help me clean up. The last person was Mark and Catherine at HomeLink Technologies. The man came here, and I had all hamburgers. I had everything cooked for this party, not cooked, but everything prepared. I asked him to take it, and he took it, and he fed the homeless and cooked for the homeless the next day, and then came the next day to help me. I had people, the support from my neighbors 4 blocks over actually came here and asked me if they wanted help and actually gave me things. They made a collection for me. My brother coaches AAU basketball. His kids, his basketball kids, 6th graders, put together stuff and gave to my brother. That is the type of community we have. And that's the thing that I'm impressed about the most, because, nobody says how great this world is. But all these people came together to help me, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.